Have you ever felt ordinary? Not because you truly are, but because the world around you is small. Have you ever looked at others achieving great things and thought, maybe I'm just not made for that? Maybe you've been living in a place that only sees you as average. And maybe, just maybe, your real power has been waiting quietly inside you, hoping one day you will notice it. Long ago, in a quiet coastal town covered with fog and narrow streets, lived a young boy named Arin. The town had only one job for most people, lighting the old street lamps every evening when the sun went down. The lamps were small, yellow, and dim. They didn't shine far, but they were enough for the townspeople who never traveled beyond the harbor. Arin grew up watching his father light lamps every day. When he was old enough, he did the same. Every evening, he carried a small ladder and a box of matches, walking from street to street, lighting weak flames that barely pushed away the darkness. The townspeople often said, "Arin is a good lamplighter, quiet, simple, nothing special, but reliable." And slowly, Arin began to believe them. He never questioned why he felt restless when he looked at the horizon. He never wondered why the small lamps felt too tiny for his hands. He never asked why, whenever storms came, he felt excitement instead of fear. Because everyone around him lived small lives, he thought small was all he was meant for. One night, a powerful storm hit the town. Wind roared through the streets and blew out every lamp Arin had lit. Darkness swallowed everything. People ran inside, afraid and helpless. Arin stood alone in the rain, holding his matchbox, useless against the storm. That was when a traveler arrived, an old woman with bright, sharp eyes. She carried a strange lantern that shone brighter than all the town's lamps combined. Its light cut through the storm like a blade. She watched Arin struggle to relight the tiny flames. "Why do you fight the storm with sparks," she asked gently, "when you carry the heart of a lighthouse?" Arin laughed nervously. "I am just a lamplighter. My family has always been." The old woman shook her head slowly. "You believe that because you have never seen your real light." The next morning, she took Arin to the edge of the cliffs outside town, a place he had never visited because everyone said there was nothing there. But standing on the cliffs was a giant abandoned lighthouse, tall, powerful, forgotten. "This," she said, "was built for someone who could command light strong enough to guide ships across oceans." Arin stared in disbelief. "I cannot do that. I only know how to light small lamps." The woman handed him a massive torch. It felt heavy, unfamiliar. "Try." His hands trembled as he climbed the spiral stairs inside the lighthouse. Wind howled around him. Doubt whispered in his mind. What if I fail? What if I am truly just ordinary? At the top, he stood before the enormous beacon, dark and silent for years. He almost turned back. But then he remembered. Every night he felt restless. Every moment he felt too big for the narrow streets. Every time his heart beat faster when he saw storms. He took a deep breath and lit the torch. The flame roared to life, stronger than anything he had ever seen. When he touched it to the lighthouse beacon, the entire tower exploded into brilliant light. A powerful beam shot across the ocean, cutting through fog and darkness for miles. Ships far away changed their course safely. Sailors cheered. The sea itself seemed to respond. Arin stood frozen, tears in his eyes. For the first time he understood. He was never meant to light small lamps. He was meant to guide entire journeys. From that day forward, Arin became the lighthouse keeper. He still used fire, but not tiny sparks. He used powerful light that changed lives far beyond his small town. And whenever young people came to him saying, "I am just ordinary," he would smile and reply, "Maybe you are not weak. Maybe you are simply standing in a place too small for your true light. Do not mistake a small environment for a small destiny." Message hidden inside the story for you. The lamplighter represents people who believe they are ordinary because of limited surroundings. The small lamps represent comfort zones and expectations from society. The storm represents challenges that expose hidden strength. The lighthouse represents true potential, powerful, impactful, and far-reaching. You are not weak. You might just be using only a fraction of your real power. Some people are not chickens pretending to be eagles. Some are lighthouses trying to live like candles. Now ask from yourself, are you ordinary or just afraid to be extraordinary? If this story made you uncomfortable, that's exactly why you should like, subscribe, and share. Drop your thoughts and comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching.